frustration here is really just frustration with his prior judicial picks not upholding his executive orders, or whether he's aware of these specific connections where the Federalist Society connected people have been fighting him.
Yeah, and you mentioned that the Federalist Society was very involved in judicial appointments during the first Trump term. Leonard Leo, who Trump now says is a sleazebag, built that list that Trump used to pick 3 Supreme Court justices. If Trump no longer trusts them, who's going to fill the void?
There is a new group that is in town and working with the White House. There's, of course, some folks internally in the White House who are doing this. Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, as well as the White House counsel and deputy counsel. But in terms of outside influence, it seems that the main group that is now playing a role is a group called the Article 3 Project, which is a Trump-aligned group that's spearheaded by someone named Mike Davis. He formerly worked for Senator Chuck Grassley on the Judiciary Committee. He also himself is a former Supreme Court clerk to Justice Neil Gorsuch, Trump's first appointee to the Supreme Court. And we know that he's been working with the White House on recommending these first batches of judicial picks that we've seen the White House make in recent weeks. So he seems to be the main outside influence. And my colleague Ella Lee, for our story, talked with Mike Davis about the judges that are being appointed. And he essentially told my colleague that the Federalist Society, he believes, has abandoned Trump, both in his criminal cases and now that he's back in the White House. So certainly Mike Davis, at least, believes that these judges aren't being bold enough.
Now, Mike Pence, Trump's former vice president, came to the defense of Leo and the Federalist Society, calling them indispensable partners throughout Trump's first term. Why is Pence getting involved?
So if you go back to January, back when we were dealing with all those cabinet confirmation battles, and we were dealing specifically with the confirmation battle of RFK Jr. To lead the Department of Health and Human Services, that was a nomination that Pence's group, Advancing American Freedom, had opposed. And Leonard Leo, among his various groups that he helps run and has connections to, is there's a public relations firm that was helping Pence's group as they were working to attempt to oppose RFK Jr.'s nomination. So it's just another example of where the Federalist Society and its connections, rather, haven't always been aligned with President Trump on his initiatives. And now you're seeing Pence come to the defense, like many other conservatives have, to Leonard Leo and the Federalist Society's defense in all this.
What do you think are the long-term consequences if the Federalist Society is sidelined and organizations like the Article 3 Project end up taking its place?
I think one of the big questions right now is, even if there are different outside influences, will the judges that Trump appoints be any different? The Federalist Society has really been a mainstay of the conservative movement for decades now. It's helped build what has become essentially a pipeline, starting all the way from young conservative lawyers who are in law school all the way up through their careers, and many of them have gone on to become judges and even Supreme Court justices. And so I think there's a big question that even if the Article 3 Project is running the show a little bit more, will those judges be any different, or will Trump continue to appoint conservatives who have been affiliated with the Federalist Society? I think at least for his picks so far, you've seen some of that, but also at the same time, you've seen him make other picks like Emil Bove, his former personal criminal defense attorney, who we've seen many people involved with the Federalist Society really criticize. So it remains to be seen at this point what the long-term legacy of Trump's second-term judicial appointments will be.
Really can't understate the importance of the Federalist Society on the American conservative legal movement. So it'll be interesting to see how this develops. We'll continue to follow it. And if you want to continue to follow Zach's reporting, head over to thehill.com and follow his newsletter, The Gavel, a must-read for court watchers. Zach, thanks so much.
Thanks, Drew.